When I bought that small blue house on the edge of Maple Ridge County, I thought I was finally free. But 48 hours later, a woman I'd never met taped a notice of violation to my gate and told me I had to move out or she'd have the sheriff remove me. 2 days after that, she came back with boxes, saying she was moving in with me. Yeah, that's how my quiet new life started. I'm Cole Matthews. I spent 10 years in the Army, and all I wanted after retiring was peace. Morning coffee on a porch, no one barking orders, no alarms, no gunfire. Maple Ridge looked perfect. Big trees, neat fences, and a house sitting right outside the HOA line. I made sure of that part. I'd had my share of control and paperwork. I didn't need neighbors telling me the color of my mailbox. The moving truck had barely left when she appeared, heels clicking on the sidewalk, sunglasses, low clipboard tucked under one arm. Her lips were pressed so tight you'd think she was tasting lemon juice. "You can't park that here," she said. I looked around. My driveway was empty except for my old Ford pickup. "Ma'am, this is my property. I just moved in." She gave a sharp little laugh. "This is Maple Ridge. We have rules. You can't just move in like that." I told her politely that my house was outside the HOA limits county land. I even offered to show her the deed. Her expression twitched, then she smiled, that kind of smile people use when they're planning something nasty. "Oh, honey," she said, "this whole neighborhood follows my rules." Before I could respond, she scribbled on her clipboard and slapped a paper on my gate. HOA violation, unauthorized occupant. Then she said, "You have 48 hours to vacate," turned on her heel and left. I stood there with that paper in my hand, trying to convince myself it was a misunderstanding. Maybe she was just confused, but deep down something felt off. Her confidence wasn't the kind of bluff you fake. She truly believed she owned the place. That night I couldn't sleep. Every noise outside made me check the window. I'd faced combat zones, but this was a different kind of threat. Quiet, smug, wrapped in perfume and paperwork. 2 days later, I was in the kitchen cooking my first real meal when I heard the doorknob rattle. Slow at first, then harder. Someone was trying to unlock my door. I froze. The metallic click again. When I opened it, there she was, Karen. Same sunglasses, same lipstick, only now she was holding a cardboard box. "Oh, good," she said sweetly. "You're home. What the hell are you doing here?" She smiled wider. "I decided to move in. Until we sort out the property confusion, we'll just have to share." I thought she was joking. She wasn't. She pushed past me, set the box on my couch, and started unpacking family photos. A vase, even a blanket. "Get out of my house," I said, low and steady. "You can't evict an HOA board member," she replied like she was quoting scripture. That was when I started recording. Phone in my hand, camera on. "You're trespassing." Her eyes narrowed when she saw the red recording light. "You think you're smart, huh? You don't know who you're dealing with." She snatched the violation notice she'd taped to my gate, waved it in my face. "This is legal authority." "It's a printed Word document," I said. For a second her face cracked. Then she hissed, "Fine. I'll call the police." She dialed right there on my porch. "Yes, there's a violent man trespassing in my home." I didn't stop her. I just kept filming. When the sirens flashed red and blue across my living room, she straightened her blouse like she'd already won. "You're done, mister." 2 cruisers rolled up, and out stepped someone I actually knew, Deputy Hank Coleman, my old unit partner from Afghanistan. He looked at me, then at her. "Cole Matthews. What's going on here?" Karen blinked. You know him?" "Yeah," Hank said. "Served with him." "Why?" She pointed at me. "He broke into my property. This is a Maple Ridge HOA violation." Hank sighed. "Karen, this house isn't even in Maple Ridge. County line's 2 blocks that way. We've been over this." Her mouth fell open. "No, you don't understand." He lied. "He's dangerous. He's recording me illegally." Hank looked at my phone. "You recording?" "Every second," I said. She lunged for it, but another deputy stepped between us. "Ma'am, calm down." Karen screamed threats all the way to the sidewalk. "You'll regret this. I'll have your power shut off by morning." Hank leaned toward me. "Might want to get cameras up. She's got a history." He was right. I knew paranoia when I saw it, but this woman wasn't bluffing. She was obsessed. That night I barely slept. Every creak sounded like her heels. By morning I had 3 hidden cameras installed, one by the porch, one by the driveway, one inside facing the door. At 9:17 a.m. my fridge went silent. Lights blinked off. I stepped outside, and there she was standing by my electrical box, wrench in hand. "Told you I'd handle it," she said. "You just committed a felony," I said. "Oh, please," she smirked. "HOA Maintenance Section 4B, improper connections." "Karen," I said quietly, "you're trespassing again." Her smile faded. "You think you're untouchable because you're some ex-military nobody? Newsflash, people, listen to me." I held up my phone, showing her the live camera feed. "They're listening now." Her jaw tightened. She threw the wrench into my yard and stormed off. I watched her car disappear, my heart pounding, not from fear anymore, but anger. She'd crossed every line and still believed she was right. That afternoon I got a call from an unknown number. "Mr. Matthews," a deep voice said, "this is Officer Brent from Maple Ridge HOA Enforcement. We've received reports you're an armed threat to the community. We're sending a response team immediately." My stomach turned cold. HOA Enforcement didn't exist. A minute later, my camera feed showed 2 black SUVs rolling toward my gate. No markings. 4 men in fake uniforms stepped out, earpieces, holsters, cheap replicas of law enforcement. And behind them, Karen. She pointed straight at me. "That's him. Arrest him." One of the men approached. "Sir, step away from the house." I asked, calm as I could. "You got a warrant?" He hesitated. "We don't need one. HOA jurisdiction." I smiled. Wrong again. I pulled a small black device from my pocket. My old sheriff-issued body cam. I'd kept it from my time assisting local law enforcement after service. I pressed the button. The red light blinked. "You're impersonating officers on county property," I said, "and this feed's already live at the sheriff's office." Karen's face drained of color. "You're bluffing." Then came the sound I'd been waiting for, real sirens turning the corner. A cruiser stopped behind the SUVs. Deputy Hank stepped out, lights flashing across his badge. "Cole, we got your feed. You okay?" "Better now," I said. Hank walked right up to the fake officers, ripped the badges off their vests one by one. "Impersonating police is a felony. Hands on the hood." Karen screamed. "You can't arrest them." They were helping me enforce HOA rules. Hank turned to her slowly. "Ma'am, you just called in a fake police action. That's obstruction, harassment, and trespassing again." She backed up, eyes wide, voice cracking. "You can't do this to me. I am the HOA." I looked at her calm for the first time in days. Not anymore. They cuffed her right there on the street while she kicked and shouted, threatening lawsuits and connections. The fake officers stayed silent as the deputies loaded them into the cruiser. When it was over, the street fell quiet wind through the trees, sun dipping behind the hills. For the first time since I moved in, my home actually felt like mine. Hank clapped a hand on my shoulder. "Guess she picked the wrong vet to mess with." I nodded, still staring at the gate where it all started. I didn't fight for this country just to be told I can't live on my own land. 2 weeks later, the headline hit the news. HOA president arrested for impersonating police, homeowners footage exposes scheme. That evening I sat on my porch listening to the quiet hum of power restored, the soft buzz of crickets in the trees. The sun melted gold across the yard. Peace finally meant something again. And if this story taught me anything, it's this: freedom isn't loud. It's the right to close your own door and know no one has the power to open it but you.